right, boys and girls, today we're going to talk about area. We're going to explore perimeter and area as attributes of polygon. Okay, let's connect to what we have learned. You learned that perimeter is a measure around a shape. It is measured in linear units or units that are used to measure distance between 2 points. So when we measure distance, we measure with centimeters, or we measure with inches, or with, there was another one that we saw, feet, or you could do yards, okay, or miles. All right, so all those can measure distance, but that was the labels and stuff that you would do for when you measured perimeter. Area is different. So let's read about area. Area is the measure of the number of unit squares needed to cover a flat surface. A unit square is a square with a side length of 1. It has an area of 1 square unit. Okay, so when we did perimeter, we did the distance around an object, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, area is inside the object. Okay, how much squares will go inside the object? Okay, so perimeter is the outside. Please stop. What do you have in your hand, Kevin? Throw it away. Okay, so outside, if you were doing the outside of this, you could see it's 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, which would be 4 units around, right?
Yes.
Okay, but area is only 1 square, okay? This whole thing is just 1 square unit. You're not going to do 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. It's just 1 in the middle. That whole thing is 1 square, okay? Perimeter would have been 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, which would have been 4, okay? But area is just 1, okay? So it says we're going to do geoboards and rubber bands. I'm not going to have you do geoboards and rubber bands. We're just going to have this be our geoboards and rubber band thing. Okay? It says to form a shape with 2 unit squares. Okay? Record the shape on dot paper. So that means you need to make 2 squares. Okay, because unit squares is a square. But we need 2 unit squares. So you need to make 2 squares. Well, here's 1 square. Okay? You can make the other square anywhere you want. It can be on top of it, or it could be on the side of it. Ooh, there's 2 squares, right? Now my squares aren't very even, but pretend like they are. Or you could do it on the bottom. Okay? Or you could do it on the other side. You choose how you would like to make 2 unit squares.
Miss Ackerman,
Any way you want. Yes?
can we do it like corner to corner?
Nope.
Like,
Nope. You wouldn't be able to do that with a rubber band and geoboard. You're not going to do it like that one here. Okay.
You
Now,
could.
what's the area of this shape?
you could.
2. Because there's 2 squares
Oh.
in the middle, right?
Yeah.
There are 2 squares.
Even
If this was perimeter, we would be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be 6.
perimeter.
Perimeter is the outside. Okay, it's how many lines make each thing. But area is not, it's just squares. Okay, it's the squares. Okay, go to B. Change the rubber band so the shape is made for 3 unit squares. Okay, so do 3 unit squares now. Not just 2, 3. Make it any way you want, but it has to be connected by some lines. It cannot be connected at the corners. Okay. Yours might be different than mine. It doesn't matter how you do it. You could have done it like this, or you could have also done it something like this. Okay? It doesn't matter how you do it. But now, what's the area of this shape?
3.
3.
Since there are 3 squares.
Yes, since there are 3 squares. 3 square units.
This is pretty easy, actually.
Okay, you can count the number of units on each side of a shape to find the perimeter. You can count the number of unit squares inside the shape to find the square units. Okay, try this. Draw 3 different shapes that are each made from 4 square units. So you're making 3 different shapes using 4 square units. So 3 different ways to do 4. Go ahead and start. Callie, sure. Come up here, draw one of your drawings. That wasn't your drawing, was it? Be quick, we don't have this time. You have the eraser. Okay. Now, boys and girls, they do want, actually, they want you to, I'm okay with these, but they want you to see it how there is no middle.
Oh.
Okay?
Want to erase it?
So they don't really want you to have parts in the middle, or lines in the middle. Okay? It's still 4 because you can still pretend like those lines are there. Okay? Yeah. Cooper.
The line's inside. Just in there.
Because some of your other shapes that you will have on your other things will not have things in the middle. You can make the lines so you can see each square though. Alright, now let me show you what this would look like without these. Okay? Here we go.
Kind of looks like a tent.
And, Carter. Why, are you still making your lines?
My last one.
Okay. Guys, we're still recording here, so you guys have to know that when you come up. Alright, and if I just erase these in the middle, it would just be a square. But it's still, each of these are still 4 units. Okay? You may not see, okay, so the area is 4. Now, you may not be able to see that it's 4 when there is no middle, right? When there's no lines to show you they're all separated. Okay? But you could see it if you made them. Okay? You could see that there are 4 squares. Okay? you could see on this one that there would be 4 squares. Or you could see on this one that there would be 4 squares. So, each of these areas are 4 square units. How are the shapes the same? How are those shapes the same? Everyone?
They all have 4 units.
So all of their
Areas the same.
areas are the same. So write that. All of their areas are the same. All the areas are the same, but how are they different? You guys said?
They all look different.
They all look different. Okay, listen. Billy is building an enclosure for his small dog, Eli. So they're calling this Eli's enclosure because it's the dog's name is Eli, okay? So an enclosure, guys, is like a fence, but then it's the part in the fence too, okay? Now listen. Number 20 says, Billy will put fencing, remember what fencing means, around the outside. Okay, so what are all those words telling you?
That is perimeter.
Perimeter. You are finding perimeter. He's trying to find fencing on the outside around the enclosure. How much fencing will he need? Now this goes back to, guys, the very first lesson you learned in chapter 11. Perimeter on the outside. When you go from line to line. So, from this line to this line, that is 1. This line to this line is 2. This line to this line is 3. This line to this line. 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 This one to this one. This one to this one. This one to this one. Okay, I want you now to find the perimeter and write it down. You finish this. Finish it and double check it right now. Now, 21. 21 says, Billy used the sod to cover the ground. He's covering the entire ground. Okay? In the enclosure. Inside the enclosure. Okay? So it means all the stuff in the inside, like all the green. Okay? He's covering all that with green. How much sod does he need? Now, is this area or perimeter this time? Area. So now you find all the squares in the inside and you write that down. And you write square units as your label. Okay? Square units, because that's what the label for area is square units. Okay, if you see my little writing up here, I wrote perimeter. When you're finding perimeter and there is no units like inches or centimeters or feet, you're going to just write units as your label. However, if you are doing area is always equaling square units. Now, 22. Explain how the perimeter and the area of the enclosure are different. Well, what's perimeter, guys?
The outside of something.
Okay, so the perimeter measures the outside of the enclosure. So perimeter measures the outside of the enclosure.